We're here at the Vail Living Well Forum for Optimum Health. Joining us now, we have Walter Greenleaf. He was the moderator for their Forum X talks that you had at the event. You brought in 3 experts speaking on different topics, and you had the opportunity to sort of weave them all together. Tell us about this opportunity for you.
Well, it was very exciting to see the talks actually occur. We've been planning this for quite some time, and I'm really pleased with the results. We had experts, an expert on sleep, an expert on exercise, and an expert on how do you motivate yourself to actually do what needs to be done to optimize your health.
Oh yeah, and you know, motivation is a key factor to exercise or to take care of your health with sleeping more and taking care of your brain at night and everything too. So they all intertwine.
You're absolutely right, and I think the key is, once we learn the information, how do we change it out to our own life, and how do we bring it to other people? So that's, I think, the next step. This was a good first step of bringing these world-class experts to come and talk to this group. We're trying to get them outside of the academic ivory tower and out bringing the information to the rest of the world. But now hopefully the audience will transfer that information out too.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is you can go and listen to a talk or read a book, but unless you actually do something with that, share it with others, encourage others to practice in this way.
Yeah, that's key. And I'm a behavioral neuroscientist by background, so one of the things that we're learning in the last 10 years in neuroscience is how powerful what we call the social brain is, and how we motivate each other either positively or negatively all the time. And if you want to change your behavior, you can change it by who you hang out with and how you interact with them. And that's a very powerful force.
And to have these activators come and be part of the audience and go out and be a positive influence, hopefully on their community, in their corporation, philanthropy. There's a lot of different opportunities for us to do that after we've heard these talks. It's a very unique offering by Vail Living Well.
Thank you, yes.
And your speakers, so Paul Wiley was one of them, the Olympic silver medalist.
Right.
Tell us about his talk.
Well, Paul really was a fantastic speaker in terms of bringing it home personally. He had told his personal story about how he faced his own doubts and managed to get over them. And he pointed out again how the value of having a social structure. He basically said that he could not have transformed his own negative self-doubts into positive thinking that allowed him to win 2 silver medals without a supportive community. And I think that's an important message.
And I think Bob Stickgold's message about the beauty of the sleeping brain, and how a lot of us are like, oh, I don't need sleep, we don't value sleep, but there's so much going on in our brain. We need to give it sleep for optimum health.
Absolutely, and I think it's sort of a blind spot we have in both research and in medicine and in our culture, that we sort of think sleep is just there, and if we can get it, that's great, but you know, it's not that important. And I think Bob helped raise our awareness of exactly how important it is.
And then along with sleep, exercise. Ann Friedlander did a great talk, Move It or Lose It.
Right.
And that's a lifelong lesson.
Well, and she pointed out how it doesn't have to be Olympic level of exercise to make a big difference. And she also pointed out why. If you look at downstream, we're all going to live to be a lot longer than our parents and our grandparents lived, just because of better health care. But if we want to be functional later in life, we have to do something now to make that happen. And one of the things I was pleased to see her do is she pointed out it's not just your mobility, it's also your brain function.
Yeah.
And people often ask me, what can I do to help keep my brain active when I'm in my 80s and my 90s? What can I do now that will help preserve brain function? And I don't have much to say to them other than exercise. Sleep's important too, nutrition's important, but the big thing is exercise.
Exercise, okay. Well, thank you, and thank you for coming here with me, part of the Vail Living Well Forum for Optimum Health. Walter.
Well, thank you.
Okay, you can get more details on their event at vaillivingwell.org.